All right, today I'm going to show you guys how to throw an axe. So there's essentially two ways of doing it. Two-handed, one-handed. Very simple technique, two-handed. You want to grip it, but not grip it too hard. You're not gripping a baseball, you're not hitting it as hard as you can, you're not swinging as hard as you can. You'll notice that the profile of the axe is nice and thin. This is an axe that's essentially meant for throwing, meaning it's not a standard hatchet that you can get like at a Home Depot or some sort of a home hardware store. This has been modified specifically for axe throwing, so it doesn't require much force. Because it doesn't require much force, you don't have to crank it as hard as you can in order to get the axe to stick. This axe is not meant for splitting wood, it's for sticking to boards. So, two-handed technique, very simple. Two hands on the axe. I like to keep my thumbs lined up, similar to like a golf club. I don't know if any of the viewers have been golfing, but same technique, or you can just grip it normally. So I'll grip it normally, just for simplicity's sake. I will grip it lightly. You'll notice that there's this light grip. It's not a firm, tight grip. All you have to do is lean back, and you're releasing right in front of you. So you're not releasing low, you're not releasing high, otherwise it'll go too fast, or it'll go high or too low. So it's a very simple technique. You don't really need to throw it that hard. It's not overly difficult to do. And you just release in front of you. Don't worry about flicking your wrist. Don't worry about trying to get the axe to rotate. The next technique I will show you what's called the Canadian flick, where you essentially rotate it. It's not needed. It just depends on your axe throwing style. Now, the key thing is, if you're over rotating, meaning the axe spins too far, that means you're too far back. So I threw from the 12-foot line, and that's what essentially most axes are built for the 12-foot mark. I'm gonna throw from the 15-foot mark just to exaggerate what an over rotation looks like. So I'm gonna throw from here, the axe over rotated. So if you're throwing an axe and it over rotates, all that means is you have to take a step forward. And the key is, as soon as you have the axe touch the wood with its face, you're throwing it correctly. And all you have to do is then make minor adjustments. Now, the one-handed technique is quite simple. You want to keep your arms straight, elbow in. It doesn't require much force. Bring it nice and close back to you. Release, and that's it. So, two simple techniques. One-handed or a two-handed technique will work. Essentially, that's all you really need to know is when you have an axe that's profiled and meant for axe throwing, not much force is needed.